good as I'm gonna get that picture. Alright. Hey guys, Ken here from Backpacking Light. And today I want to talk about kind of some of the gear I've been using this year. Just checking if I'm recording. And I don't normally change out my gear, but there are some things I have changed out this year. One of them is the backpack. I've actually been using the demo version of this one for about a year and a half, and now I finally got the final production of them in. Now, normally I don't use 40 liter. Usually I'll have like a 55 to a 70 liter pack just because of the stuff I have with me. On fishing gear I'll have just, you know, it really depends. 40 liter I find, or less, I find that I'm having to like really mush things in there to really get it to work for me. But you know, when you're usually going with a lighter weight like I do, if you have something like you know, 8 to 10 kilos, then it doesn't matter if you have a 70 liter pack or if you have a 30 liter pack. It's not going to be weighing you down that much either way. The difference being that the 70 liter pack, if you have something like the Hyperlight or most lightweight backpacks, you can roll those down, and you know, it can be either a 30 liter pack or a 70 liter pack, so there's just a lot more flexibility. And this year I've actually been using a lot is the Skalmo 40 liter pack. I love the way this pack feels. It's easily the best feeling 40 liter pack. These straps are just really nice. Maybe these pockets could be a little better, but I think just the overall feeling and the balance of the pack. You can see it's a little thicker. It seems a little bigger than your standard 40 liter packs, but the balance is just excellent on these. And I can really get everything I need in there. It's got these two really big... Are you just gonna sit there in my video, Emma? Hey, you just like being out here. It's got these two really big side pockets. These are really big. You can get like a 2 liter bottle in there. Really, really wide. Or, because of the way they're designed, you can easily just cinch that down, and you can see you get something really small. It's got the one strap up here, a really nice sized front pocket. I don't know what that front pocket size is, but I'm guessing it's around 5 liters. Now that's not added in the total width. It's sold as a 40 liter pack, and that is just the main body. That's a 40 liter pack. The pockets are all extra. That's not included, but here on the bottom pocket, really nice. It's this ultra mesh or slitstark resistant, I guess would be the best. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just such a great balance and well-fitting backpack. If you're a little bit taller, like 183 centimeters or taller. If you're shorter than that, I don't know if it's a great fitting pack, because these could be a bit long. But if you're 183 or taller, I imagine it's a fantastic fitting pack. Yeah, my kitchen I've been using for the last year and a half. It's this Toaks 900 and the Vesuv Windshield and Hotspot. I think this Hotspot is 10 grams. The shield is the windshield's 10 grams, and the pot, so total it's like 130 grams for this whole kit. And I've always liked alcohol. It's just really easy and simple. Easy and simple is kind of the same thing, isn't it? It's easy, and you can really keep track of how much alcohol you need to bring with you, how much fuel you need to bring with you. I usually boil, each boil is about 15 milliliters for me, but I don't ever bring the water up to boil unless I know the water has, you know, unless it's really bad water and I need to boil it. So 15 milliliters, you can count it out pretty easily how much alcohol you need with you for a week. And I really like that one. This is the Rab Alpha. I think it's a Flash is what it's called, the Rab Flash. I mean, they're different. Like Cinchi Designs makes one as well out of Alpha. The problem I have with Cinchi is that the sizing is really small, and it's kind of like Montbell, where you have to buy several sizes larger than what you would normally have, and then the weight is pretty much spot on with any of the more mainstream products, such as the Alpha here. Jacket is the same thing. It's the same jacket I've been using for 3 or 4 years now. For the weight, comfort, and fit, there's still nothing that really compares with the Rab Zero G. Again, I mean, obviously Montbell makes great jackets, but I do find them small and they're not as warm. They're lighter, but they're not as warm. And since I usually do most of my hiking up here in northern Sweden, I prefer some extra warmth. So that's the Zero G. Now the tent I've been using a lot this year is the Dipole 1 lithium, 700 grams, and no issues with it at all. It is a fantastic tent. Yeah, it's roomy for both me and my dog. We fit perfectly well in this one. It's put up with all kinds of wind that I've had any issues with. Rain, I don't know. It's such a great, well-made tent. 2 vestibules, a big inner tent. I can sit up nicely in it. It really is a great tent. Now the sleeping mat I've been using this year is actually the Flextail. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, Flextail Zero maybe? Now it's a bit heavier, it's 600 grams, but it's really thick. It's not noisy at all, and it's cheap. So when my X-Therm broke, I didn't really want to pay another $400 or 4,000 crowns for a new one, so I just got the Flextail, and I have to say I'm really impressed with it. It's been a great sleeping mat. Can't complain at all about it. And then now I have this set up where I have my tent lengthwise, sleeping mat, and kitchen set here. And then I have my packing pod. This is Skalmo packing pod. And I have, in this one, I just have like extra clothes. And I'll have a few other things. Somebody's coming in here. Bottom of my pack. Now I usually have like an Eco Fume bag in the middle. The one I've been using now for the last 2 years is the Gramjakt Eco Fume. Perfect. And then I have the Gramjakt, I think this is the 30-degree bag. It's not one that's actually released yet. Yeah, I mean, great bag, but I do have a complaint about how big that draft collar is, and a few other small complaints, but for the most part it's a great quilt. So I've been using that for this year. Yeah, and like I said, how I usually pack that is I have my sleeping bag at the very bottom, and it takes, yeah, if I don't really mush it down, it'll take about that much room in my pack. And then I put my extra clothes, and this will be like my necessity, the toothbrush and this kind of stuff. I put that on top. It's a packing pod, so it fits on top nicely. And I've got the tent that I put there, the sleeping mat. You see, I don't really use a lot of storage sacks and so on. I guess I'm getting lazy with old age. And my kitchen on top. Now my dog is actually, you can see my dog kind of took over my jacket there. I usually put like my my jackets, And if I have rain jackets, which I always have with me, and Quilt, then I will actually separate those if they're wet and I want it on the inside. I have them on the between my backpack and my EcoFume liner. That's where I'll put my rain gear or stuff that gets wet, or I'll keep it in this pocket. But this pocket, I find, usually gets filled up on a hike. You know, you're putting your trash in here, putting towels, you know, whatever. You got all kinds of stuff in here. So I usually find that my rain clothes, if they're wet, I keep them on the inside, but I keep them, you know, usually on top or in between the EcoFume liner and the backpack itself. I'll let my dogs keep sleeping on my jacket there. So yeah, that's just some gear that I've been using this year. Some stuff I really like, and how I pack it in my bag. Well, maybe it's not the most yeah, anyway, cheers.